What's going on, everyone? We're back with a brand new video. Before we get going, let me apologize for just now getting to this. As you know, I said on the last one that I would come back in a few hours, and to be honest, when I uploaded that video, I was already pretty tired, and so I intended on sitting down and recording the second video as far as my take on the Giannis game ball situation. But I sat down, and the next thing I know, it was 4:30 in the morning, and so I didn't want to disturb my house recording. So I got up and had to do some other things, and so yeah, I'm just now kind of getting to this, and since I said I was going to do it, I want to be a creator of my word and get that done. And sometimes maybe it is better late than never. So with that being said, and it's kind of been put out there, so this will be more of a opinion-based commentary than breaking the news, so to speak. But like as most of you already know, Giannis had himself quite the professional basketball game last evening. 64 points to be exact. And he set a not only a career high, but a Milwaukee Bucks franchise record. And as such, in order to commemorate such a momentous achievement, which is pretty doggone impressive, considering that guys by the name of Jabbar and Robertson have played for the Bucks. So yeah, it's impressive. So obviously he wanted to have the game ball, but that ran into a little bit of an issue with that. Why, you might ask? Well, because the Pacers decided that giving the ball to, I want to make sure, Oscar Shibwe. Hopefully, I'm Oscar, or anybody who knows him. I'm sorry if I've gotten that wrong. I'm assuming the T is silent. But anyway, they gave it to him to celebrate his first point, which, if that goes on and I'm not aware, it's something I've never heard of. So the game, Giannis and the Bucks were trying to get the ball, but the Pacers and Oscar had the ball, which led to Giannis being rather upset, which is something you rarely see. You usually don't see him heated like that, but he was very, very upset. And here's kind of, I will provide a little bit of what he said after the game. He said and asked about the ball because he wasn't sure if he got a ball, but he's not sure if this was the game ball. So here's what he said. He said, "I have no idea. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea. I don't know. I really don't know. I have a ball, but I don't know if it's the game ball. It doesn't feel like the game ball to me. It feels like a brand new ball. I can tell. I played, 35 minutes today? I know how the game ball felt. The ball that I have, which I'll take, and I'll give it to my mom for sure, but I don't know if it's actually the game ball." So yeah, it was crazy because he was yelling at Halliburton. Them two was going back and forth. If you saw former Hawks coach who's now the Pacer assistant, Lloyd. Sorry about that. Apparently, I looked down and saw that the audio had stopped recording. But yeah, I was just saying that he had gotten into it with Halliburton, and even former Hawks coach Lloyd Pierce was involved in trying to de-escalate the situation. So Rick Carlisle was asked about it, and he said, "What happened after the game was unfortunate. There was a misunderstanding about the game ball. We were not thinking about Giannis's franchise record, so we grabbed the ball. A couple minutes later, several of their players ended up in our hallway, and there was a big, I don't know what to call it, fracas, melee, whatever. I don't think any punches were landed, but my general manager got elbowed in the ribs by one of their players. He certainly had a bruised rib, and who knows if anything more than that. Unfortunate situation. We don't need the official game ball. There's 2 game balls. We could have taken the other one, but it didn't need to escalate to that." And to that, I say this because said I don't have a problem with Rick Carlisle, but I got to call bunk on this because you kind of undercut what your own stance there. If you're saying that it was getting the actual game ball was irrelevant, but then you lead off by saying we grabbed the game ball. If that was the case and y'all had the ball, why didn't you just say at that point, we'll just take the other ball rather than trying to abscond away with the actual game ball? That don't make a lot of sense. That sounds a little bit fishy. That don't jive. But at any rate, that was just crazy because, like I said, I've never, and it could be a thing in to my people who listen to this who are higher level athletes. If this is something that goes on in terms of a first point, and you're awarded the game ball or a player is, please enlighten me because I've never heard of it. Because what if you play two rookies in the same game and they both score? Do they both get one of those official game balls? Is that how that would go? Because that's why I said what he was saying doesn't make sense. Because I said I could see if it was a situation like baseball, this is my first home run, or maybe even hockey, this is my first goal, or maybe baseball, this is my first strikeout or my first shutout, no hitter, whatever the case may be, something that may not happen as often, but in basketball, points are far more frequent, and especially in this day and age, it's more frequent. So, yeah, that one, you sound like you on some boo boo right there, Coach Carlisle. That don't sound right. But that was just crazy. It sounded like they was kind of on some hater stuff. They was upset, and I'm gonna be honest, what I think, because when I watched the highlights, I think they took him out of the game when he had 58 with like a couple minutes to go. And then I don't know, what I suspect happened is because they brought him back in. And I thought that was unusual because it wasn't like the game was in doubt when he came back in. Like, oh, we got to get Giannis back in. So I think they brought him back in to to specifically break that record. And I think the Mavericks didn't take too kindly to it. Carlisle's kind of an old school guy, and they took the ball. They was like, oh, you want to try to showboat and show us up? You're not get the record on us? Nah, we're going to take the ball. So really, that's kind of what I suspect happened, and that was their whole thing. Because just like I said, when have you heard of that? This is first. Like, that doesn't even sound right. So that's what I think kind of played a part into that. But what do you think about this situation that went down in Milwaukee? I'm sure Draymond Green is happy about it because at least for 5 or 10 minutes, we're not talking about him knocking people out. But what do you think? Do you think that it was just a mix-up? Do you think there was some chicanery going on with the Mavericks and that they did that intentionally, or you just think, like I said, it was just a misunderstanding? So let us know what you think in the comment section. We'll be back with more videos real soon. And as always, as we like to end any videos, and particularly during this time of the year, tell the ones that you love them. Thank you for spending a few moments with us. We'll be back with more videos real soon. Peace.